North Korea, Afghanistan and the global food and oil crisis all came under discussion during the two-day meeting in Kyoto. But it was Zimbabwe's elections that dominated much of the foreign ministers' meeting in Japan.
I think the first thing to say is that we had a very good discussion amongst all the ministers, and none of us believe that the quote-unquote election today represents the sort of contest that can bring credit to any country. In my view, there is no legitimacy for a government claiming election on the basis of today's events, because this was an election which was one-sided in every aspect, one-sided in the brutality of the regime, one-sided in the publicity given to one side, one-sided in the electoral organisation. So it's very clear on the part of the United Kingdom that there is no legitimacy for the government of Zimbabwe under Robert Mugabe. The only people with any shred of democratic legitimacy are those who won the March the 29th first round.
Diplomacy must continue at the UN.
A unanimous agreement from all the countries on the Security Council that the crisis in Zimbabwe is an international issue that deserves attention. And the language of condemnation in the presidential statement is something that I think is very important in trying to take away the last shreds of legitimacy that exist for the Mugabe regime, and we look forward to taking forward that debate at the UN.
The US described the election as a sham.
This kind of sham could not possibly produce a legitimate outcome, and that is the view of the United States.
Zimbabwe continues to be of concern to G8 nations.